And I know that you and your family moved from Minnesota to Lincoln, Nebraska to be among your community. So how that feels like to be among the largest community in US in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yes, without any doubt that being close to one's community is important. I personally feel connected. I feel alive, feel safe, feel trusted, and I feel like I've been surrounded by the people who who know me, who understand my experience, who understand my language. I believe like there are a lot of understand. There are a lot of aspects of life that when we have a lot in common, we can understand each other more. We can live together and shape our life in a more beautiful way. And I think being in this community and being surrounded by the people that I know, by the people that speak the same language, by the people that have gone through the same experience that my life and myself have gone through, it creates an environment where we have a lot of similarities than differences. And of course, like I mean, everybody is different, but I believe that we have a lot in common than we have not. So that's why I feel very connected to this community here in Lincoln, and I'm very happy to be among them, and I'm very happy to learning about that we have one of the biggest Yazidi community in the U.S. And of course, there are in many ways that we can be more connected and grow more and invest in our community. And I think there are a lot of people that are waking up every morning to do that and to make sure that our needs are addressed and that the community and our culture survive and preserve our culture here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I know that you are working as a school community coordinator for Civic Nebraska, Lincoln High School. Can you tell us about that experience? I've been following you on social media, and I see a lot of like wonderful work that you are doing with team working with the students, and in some ways, I feel like that could also go back to your community, the ESD community. So, can you tell us about that experience?
Yes, and thank you for asking that question. And like last year, I moved to from Minnesota to Lincoln, Nebraska. So when I'm a really a social person, I love building relationships. I love working with people. And even before coming to Lincoln, Nebraska, I was very much involved in the community in Minnesota, Moorhead, Minnesota. Like I built a really strong relationship with the city mayor, with the community nonprofits, with the community leaders, with the schools, with the school boards. Like I had a strong foundation of really healthy relationships there. And after I came to Lincoln, Nebraska, I wanted to pursue the same thing. Like like my goal in life, I would love to love what I'm doing, and I would love to make a difference. And making a difference comes in a different ways and different shapes. And I found it like a job. It was a part-time job as an assistant school community coordinator. That was with Civic Nebraska. At that time, I needed a job to kind of like start a foundation in a new community where I don't have a lot of professional relationship, professional connections. So that was the beginning of a new chapter in my life, where I started as an assistant, and I got the pleasure to work with our youth. I didn't know what I was going into, but I'm glad that I went. And I'm glad that I got that position because it's a unique experience to work with these curious minds and creative youth and a new generation. They always come up to you with a unique idea that you've never thought about it, and then working with these young people to create a club, for example.
Yeah.
Like now, after that, I got promoted to the school community coordinator at Lincoln High, and my work there is coordinating programming at the Lincoln High, and to co-create our programming by integrating the ideas of students into our programming. So basically, in other words, our programming is centered on the student voices. Like whenever the student want to see happening in after school, we work with them to make that happen. So, for example, a student would come to me, "Hey, Haroon, I have this idea about creating the history of LHS or Model UN or Emerging Leader." So we work with that student to create, with the promoting that word, planning that club, how long you're going to meet during the week, and who's going to be there, how we can get the word out, how we can work with the teachers and the principal. So all these coordination and making connecting pieces that we do and my staff do at the Lincoln High. And also we work at engaging families and the communities with what we do at the Lincoln High School. So it's not only the student, because everything is, I feel like it's a puzzle. You know, if you ignore the fact that families are not being supported, then those kids, the student that we work with, they go home. And if the parents are stressful and if they don't have the resources to support their kids, what would you expect? The kids will not be supported, and they will think about different struggles, different challenges. Then they will not come to the school being ready to learn, you know. So we do our best to ensure that our families are supported, students are supported, and also community is supported. That's why we do family events. Like one of the upcoming event that we're working on is actually it's a pumpkin fest. So we're planning to do a family night where people will come and decorate their pumpkins. It's around the Halloween celebration. Yeah, so we work with our students and the community members and partners to come up with ideas and come up with projects so we can help create a thriving community and healthy neighborhoods and engaged families. So it's a collaborative work. It's a shared leadership.
And that's really amazing, Haroon. And I have been following you on social media, and I have seen some of these projects. And in some ways, I feel like our community needs also that, like in particular, you know, that Yazidis are going through ongoing genocide. We still have, like, many people are missing. Still have most of the Yazidis from Sinjar are in displaced camps in Kurdistan region. And we have a very strong community, and also according to the population of the Yazidis, a large community in US. And in some ways, we are still lacking that kind of like really strong coordination among us to work on the projects, to raise awareness, and also to become a strong voice in US.